what's this video called? How I got my first client on Upwork back in 2013. Us freelancers, we just think too much. I'm guilty of that. I'm an overthinker. We often think we have to write the best proposal ever if we want to get hired, or that we have to lower our prices to like dirt cheap or close to $0 so they have any interest in considering working with us, especially as a newbie, when in reality, all you gotta do, or all we gotta do, is tell them why. Why should they hire you? Why should they trust you? What do you bring to the table? This one's not a why, but same thing. And most importantly, why should they hire you and not the next freelancer that applies to their job? In fact, just 10 years ago, here I was on Upwork trying to find a job and trying to find someone that would hire me without any experience, any knowledge of freelancing. I don't even think I knew what the word meant. That's embarrassing. And yeah, I was just like you, trying my luck at getting my first client. And I, again, didn't know shit. Just got thrown into it and figured it out as I went. And I wish I could go back and see it. I've tried the Wayback Machine, but it didn't give me any results. But I'm pretty sure my profile sucked, okay? I'm not even sure what I had in there. Honestly, I would give everything to see it now, but at the same time, I think I would cringe so much that I don't know if I want to see it. But clearly I did something right because I'm still here today and I've gotten many jobs since then. And even back then, I did manage to get hired. And that's what I'm talking about today. In particular, this one proposal I sent that got me hired for my first job. I don't know if this was, again, the first proposal I sent, the second. I know for a fact that it must have not been like the 50th because I would have given up totally if it didn't work within like a week, okay? Like I was just giving it a try. And again, I wish I had the proposal to look at right now. I've done a lot of digging, spent tons of hours on this and couldn't find it. And although I do not remember everything I said in that proposal, I do remember the attachment like it was yesterday. And that's the biggest selling point. The proposal was probably crap, but the attachment was good. But let's backtrack a little bit. The job was about illustrating a man that had some crazy travel adventures. And if you know me, I love travel. So this was a perfect job for me. It was actually his son that was hiring an illustrator to illustrate essentially his 70th birthday present. It was truly an honor to be a part of such a big milestone. And it was such a fun gift for someone to give. And still to this day, it's probably one of the funnest projects that I've gotten to work on. But now that you know what the job was, can you guess what I attached? Feel free to pause this and comment down below. I'll give you a hint. 3 different options. 1, a video of myself. 2, a portfolio of my artwork. Or 3, a post-it note. Let me know 1, 2, 3 in the comments. But essentially, if you guessed post-it note, you would be right. A literal post-it note, like, one of these, but in yellow, I think. It literally got me the job. And that sounds like dumb and so random, but I'll explain to you why it got me the job. It was honestly something super simple, super quick, but also apparently super effective at giving me the job. And I'm pretty sure I know why. First of all, I fully read the job. I didn't skim through it. I read the job and I remember it had an attached document with more information. So I read that as well. Number 2, I was fully invested and so super interested in the project. So I'm sure that passed through my proposal. And 3, that little post-it note gave them a sneak peek of what I could do for them. This little draft only took me about 5 minutes, 10 max. I did the quickest tiny little sketch in that post-it note just so the client could see my vision for the project and also see that I'm really invested in it. Enough for him to get my idea, but also not enough for it to take me forever, nor for him to use it as the final project. I actually have the final project right here. I found it the other day and I knew I had to include it in a video. So hold on, let me have a ton of things that I found the other day. But amongst them this is definitely not my best work whatsoever. But okay, so yes, it was done on paper, by the way. I don't know if I knew digital art back then. So this is it. It's Terry Stop Travel Tip. Also, I honestly love to ship this to the guy. I don't know if I could find him at this point, but it would be super fun. But yeah, this was essentially what I had sketched. This was the one I had sketched in a little post-it note, obviously just in graphite pencil and a really, really quick sketch. But this is the one I had done. Hold on, I need to keep these organized so I can keep it for later. This was another one. I think he put the wrong fuel in his car or something. So these are just like a couple of his adventures. I just loved this project. And also I didn't use the best paper for watercolor. This is literally printer paper, but I think I scanned it and made it look a little bit better, but it's the thought that counts. So I just keep scrolling through it. I have the numbered in the back, actually, I'm noticing. So I really liked it. And it's like this cartoon style. Some of them are kind of wonky. I really like this one, actually. I like the green. And I haven't looked at these in a hot minute, so I didn't remember most of them. But yeah, that was my first project on Upwork. That being said, my advice to you, if you're struggling to get clients to trust you and hire you, is you need to make them trust you. You need to give them reasons to trust you. And that can be done by obviously having your video in your profile. You can show a bit of your personality and your passion for the service that you offer. That's super important. So the client doesn't see you as just another number. They can see you as an actual person that they can connect with, relate to, and eventually become almost friends with. Also, having a portfolio on your profile with at least 3 different work samples so you can look complete. This can be work that you've done for family and friends. It can be service trades that you've made where you maybe do a logo for someone and they do, I don't know, your social media copy for a week or something. It can even be work that you've done for school or just work that you've done for fun. To be honest, everyone has experience, and if you don't get it, ask ChatGPT to make up a random client for your service and you work for that. It doesn't need to be paid work to be work that you can show in your portfolio. Another thing you can do is obviously asking people for testimonials. And again, this doesn't have to be past clients. It can be literally anyone that can vouch for 1, your work ethic, and 2, your talent and skills. So if you scroll to the bottom of your Upwork profile, you'll find the testimonial section. So click that, go there, invite someone to, just say good things about you, essentially. And of course, what we talked about in this video, making sure you're personalizing every single proposal you send to the client's needs. It may take you a little bit longer, but trust me, it's worth it. Also, that way you don't burn through connects so quickly, so that's a bonus. Showing that you care, that you've read and understood their project, showing why you're the one to do it and why you want to do it. And if possible, giving them a quick test drive, a quick taste test, whatever you want to call it. Again, this shouldn't be a complete piece. It shouldn't be nothing that takes you more than, I would say, 15 minutes. And obviously, nothing that can be used by the client for free. So for example, if you're applying for a social media job, don't do a full post for them. Or if you do, watermark the shit out of it so they can use it without paying you first. Obviously, the example I gave you today is in the illustration niche, but if illustration is not your thing, you can check out this video right here where I'm teaching you how to become a social media manager with no experience, and I'll see you there. Bye-bye.